Live. Hello.
Very cool.
Hi everybody. Well, hi Yumi, and whoever else is here.
And the others.
and friends.
It might be me. I think, yeah, I think
It's probably just you. But that's fine.
Well,
hi to people watching the VOD.
yes.
Shame we didn't get you on for Uwu voices. I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. Thank you very much. I can do my own Uwu voices.
I'm sorry, Himi, but I'm kind of glad about it. You know.
Do not. Okay. You know what? I was gonna complain, but you're right. You're right about that one. I found the cat hat. I'm wearing it because that's the character in the game has a cat hat. Okay. Not because I'm a 2008 emo kid.
Are you sure?
100%. Cat in the Hate. That's the one. That's what it's called. Cat in the Hate.
That sounds.
My younger sibling brought me this hat, and I feel a little bit like red. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't say they didn't know you at least.
Yeah, this is true.
Like you know, you get a present, you're like, I hate how accurate this is.
None of the cat ear-based products I own I purchased myself, but I somehow own multiple cat ear-based head gear.
Apparel.
Cat head apparel. I don't know how I obtained so much. I never purchased any of it myself. I do look kind of 12 years old today. Just don't perceive that. I am a fully grown adult.
Sure.
100%. I was about to say I'm 21. That's not true. I'm 23 years old.
Wow.
I just sort of perceived that. I'm a 23-year-old adult man wearing a cat's ears hat on Twitch.tv.
Oh,
yeah, you're the 21-year-old. I always forget. I always still think I'm 21. I don't know why. That's just sort of the number my brain goes back to. Right, should we play this game?
Oh, I thought we were just gonna talk about your catio headwear for 3 hours.
We can do. if you're really into it.
I don't know how much we could talk about that.
There's not much else I can bring up. I think I have 4 pieces of cat ear based stuff.
Oh, video idea. You should just buy a bunch of like different cat ear headwear and
rate them. Yeah, rate and review.
Yeah. Just like see how they stack up, you know?
Yeah, I have tails as well.
Oh.
Once again, didn't buy any of them myself, but how am I? I've got a headache. I may actually have to take this hat off because it is kind of tight, and it's not making my headache any better. How's Theo? How are you? How are you doing? I haven't asked you.
I'm well. I don't have a headache, so
good for you.
I'm +1 there. I'm pretty good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Do not say these words to me. I'll start biting. That doesn't help my case, actually. You know what? You know what? Now that I've said that, I realise it doesn't help my case.
And a little feral, just in the just a bit.
just a little bit. Oh my god! Let's get to the game. Wait, have I set this up? I have set this up correctly. I'm a genius. I'm incredible.
You have to stream it to me as well.
What was that?
You have to stream it to me as well on Discord.
I know.
Good.
Where's the button for that? There it is. OneShot.
Do not disturb, so that I don't get messaged all the time constantly.
There you go. Can you see that?
I can, yes.
Fantastic.
I have to play Nico. I have to get into my
Nico mode.
Okay. Yeah, how many is that when you are?
Alright. This is how the game opened again, by the way. Imagine getting messages? I know. I wish it wasn't me, but I do every day. Oh, what we just said?
What happened? Oh, the plane got
recap.
Squared.
Recap. We met the siblings again. That was them.
Calamus and Alula.
Calamus and Alula, yeah. Let's turn off all these BGMs. Why is it like
One was very British, the other was not so much.
Yeah, one of them was Cockney for some reason. Don't know why I decided that.
Oh yeah.
Then we met Cedric. Was that his
Yes.
name? Yeah, Cedric,
Yes.
who owns this plane, or whose father owned this plane and invented planes.
Who may or may not be the author.
Who may or may
Who
not be the
thinks?
author. And Cedric flew us here, but the plane got stuck, and the siblings are now stuck at the island where they were before, which is like breaking apart.
Yeah, it's getting squared also.
Yeah, I'm getting very squared.
It's like a math lesson, you know? Everything's just getting squared.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, how's the audio? Your log file. Let me turn you up. Let me turn you up. You can't do that because there's a video on. No, I don't know how to unaccess. Oh, there we go. Let's turn you up. Speak for a minute, please.
Okay. Is this good? How's the audio?
That's better. That's better. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, and that's
Trust me, you do not want the messages I'm getting.
right. And we're supposed to look for a clock, I think.
We just have to start going, you know?
Yeah. He said something about a back entrance.
Oh no, Hobo Fund.
What? Please do not approach. No.
We've got this part was hella depressing because everyone's fucking dying.
Yeah. Oh, we can't even go up to like, the plant area because it's over there.
Oh yeah, Silver died. Prototype died.
We got
Fucking-
Prototype's memory disk though.
We did. Maze. Oh,
Maze
Lamplighter Kid.
That's an adult
was the
man,
buddy?
but yes. I can do this guy.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. Work already.
Huh? Oh right, the elevator guy. Elevator man.
Elevator man. Gary from Eve, basically. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on. Now of all times.
Excuse me?
Whoa. You're you. Jeez, I didn't think I was gonna run into.
The elevator was missing a button, right?
How did you know?
Paladin and I'll help you fix it. Oh.
Seriously? Oh, rip.
I just get the burps when I drink tea.
Oh, thank goodness. The evacuees are counting on this. On me. But I've been here for hours and I can't figure out a thing.
Evacuees?
You know, from the West Apartments. The square stuff wrecked the place yesterday.
Oh.
Right now everyone's crowded in the cafe. We really want to get everyone to surface as soon as possible though. The library on the surface doubles as a shelter for situations like this.
I see. Sight reading is so hard. I get you.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we find the magnets and stuff in the apartment, Allison?
So what?
Looks like we'll have to find some other way to fix the button, Allison.
What?
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. Holy fudge.
I got it stopped on the F as well.
Yeah.
Like, the text
Just a
was
pause
like,
for a second. It's like, that's a kid, I can't say that word.
This is an actual child. Looks like Allison and I will need to find another way down altogether.
But this is the only elevator in the area.
It looks like we jump. Let's hope we find a
Well,
parachute.
let's go.
Well, think of something.
Let him say fuck? Absolutely. If anyone should say fuck, I think it's this man. I think he deserves it.
What would happen if Nico dies in this world? Does Nico just die, or does he go back to his own world?
I don't know. I guess he probably just died, right? Oh, should we sleep?
Walking his elevator to take a nap? Yeah, that's always interesting to see what happens.
The game closes. Oops. That's not the correct.
It's an unfortunate game for streaming.
Yeah.
You
Very
know,
awkward.
especially over Discord. It's like, oh, how do we let the stream? And yeah.
Oh, nothing even happened. Share screen. One shot.
Exactly.
Go away. There you go.
Okay.
If you die in the game, you die in real
Some-
life. True.
For some reason, it zoomed in on your like Discord icon and not the game.
I'm very important. Right. The cafe was over there, right?
Did he say anything else? I was like make sure that, like, all dialogue is expended. Gotta milk the game for what's worth.
Yeah. Let me know if you need my help with anything. Yeah, great dialogue.
Well, you know, he might have had something useful to say. Also, I just figured out what the thing on his back was. It's like, you know, like a lamplighter thing. I was the first time I saw this game, I was like, is it like a gun? What is that?
This is my favorite character.
Here we are, at the 11th hour. Shouldn't you be with the other evacuees? Maybe? I wonder if the big clock has reached 0 yet. I want to be right here when everything ends. I'm sorry.
Yo, fucked up, bro. Still my favorite character, though.
Yeah, I just like the black and white with the frills. I immediately think posh British accent.
Yeah. Man, that's 2 o'clock. Who took my stapler? I love this game so much.
I don't know who wrote that, but favorite character. Some kind of computer terminal.
Well, there's a stapler here before. It was taped to the table. It was stuck to the table.
And someone took his stapler.
Communications with the surface have been lost. I am unable to do anything.
I hope we don't talk to him a lot.
I won't do it again. It's fine. Oh. Well, that's the big clock. I think we should probably go talk to the evacuees first.
Yeah. This was not here last time, was it?
It was, but it wasn't doing anything, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't all lit up like that. Who took my stapler?
Stapler?
Stapler? Who took my stapler? Alright, fellas? Who's gonna nick me stapler?
That a clock is just giving me Steins Gate flashbacks.
Stop this behavior right now.
Neon clock. I want a clock like that. It looks cool.
It does look cool.
Oh, pancake person.
Pancake person.
Love him.
Oh, hello, Messiah. You came at a bad time. The apartment in the West Sector got destroyed by squares a day ago. Terrible, isn't it?
For some reason, Discord just threw me off the stream for some reason.
Oh, sad.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least the evacuees seem to be doing okay. We're letting them stay here for now. Right,
I've heard that fridges provide immaculate defense.
Yeah, definitely get in fridges if any problems arise.
Bombs blow up. As usual, huh? Oh, it's the penguin. Hello. Yep.
Yep.
I heard that.
Hello. Dang it. I just moved into my apartment. Now where am I gonna go?
Was that because we gave them all a voice, dude?
Yeah, it wasn't that one, but that's what it is now.
Oh, I do my like 1920s radio presenter.
Oh yeah.
That was what I did.
Squares
make the people evacuate. Evacuation makes the girl sad. Squares are bad.
Great logical thinking there. Our apartment got evacuated while my parents were at work. I'm waiting for them to pick us up now. I hope they're okay.
No, yeah.
At least my robot's with me.
Yeah, don't do that to me.
That was the game, that was not me.
Hey. Hi. Is it me or is it really cold outside? You know, now that you mentioned it, it is really chilly this time around, Dalton. Good thing I got a scarf, huh? Mm-hmm.
Scarf.
He does have a scarf. Scarf pose. I wonder why the difference is, because like now the clock is a thing, like this weird apocalypse apparently. What does it mean?
There's nothing wrong with my robot voice. If you don't watch out, all the characters will have a robot voice from now on. Bummer. I had to leave most of my plants behind. This stinks.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, speaking of plants, I heard the glen is just covered in vines now. Is that true?
Yeah. The plant here. Excuse me. The plant lady was using them to keep the land from falling away.
The plant spirit? Maze?
Oh,
I figured. Maze? Say, how is she doing? Ah. She is gone, isn't she?
She said she was using up the last of her powers.
I wouldn't be surprised. She always did her best to protect everyone.
We don't even have a seed this time, so we can't like plant it or anything.
I can't even get over there.
Milk and sugar? I like both. Not in coffee. Damn it. I thought there was a connection there, but no.
No. Right,
I hate black coffee. It's way too bitter.
I can drink it, but I'd rather not, you know.
I'm so wide I drink exclusively lattes.
I drink black coffee if we don't have any like lactose-free milk, because otherwise it'll hurt my stomach. Do we go down here?
Clock lady. That's a big clock.
Yeah, there's a stapler room, so yeah, it's just big clock now. Like coffee tastes like cigarettes? This is not true. I don't think you ever had a cigarette, if that's the case.
Have you ever smoked in your life?
If you think they taste the same, you're having very wrong coffee or very wrong cigarettes.
I mean, it's like there's all those weird vape flavors.
That's true. I thought they probably have coffee vape.
They probably will somewhere.
Yeah.
If not, then they should get on it, because that makes actual sense. The screen is off.
Well, we haven't even talked to the computer today. Interesting.
We kind of get to the lower levels of the... What's this place called?
Dunno. The city, I guess?
It had a name. I forgot. Because
Yeah.
the Glens, the
Glen, the Barrens, yeah. But I think it's just called the city.
It could be. We kind of get to the bomb later this time. Oh shit, we were supposed to talk to the fox, weren't we?
The fox? Well, we can't even go there.
No, we can't go to the fox, because the fox is in the back alleys.
That's at the lower layer, that's beneath us.
Beneath us.
You ever had to be in a room with 4 smokers? You know what the air tastes like? I used to smoke. I know exactly what cigarettes taste like.
Yes.
I was an active.
Yes,
I went to farm school. I was an active smoker. Those are 2 correlating things.
I imagine so.
That's
No, it's not. It's asking for a password. The word documents is on the screen above the password.
Wonder what that means.
I wonder. Such a mystery.
What's in my documents?
And yes, Amy, both my parents smoke, and I know exactly what it's like.
Is it this one? The code you need is... I don't think that's correct, because these are letters. That is a different... No, this is the code from before. I don't see anything new.
Is it solstice?
What?
Solstice?
Oh, maybe again. It was before though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the same again. The soul... Yeah.
It makes sense, because you can never know the password unless you've gotten to this part of the game then.
That's true. Oh, there you go. That's
Hey,
it.
Pog.
Same password.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Gotta use different passwords. At least put a number in there somewhere.
I'll do what I do and put it backwards.
You drank a coffee pod? That's your problem. You're not supposed to drink them out there. You're supposed to put them in the thing first. Oh.
So, what?
Well, this is not correct.
I'm so baffled by Himi's weird coffee taste.
Yeah.
Wait. There's a lever hanging from the ceiling.
You can't reach
Or a
that,
lever,
babe.
if you will.
A lever.
Can't reach it. This one is red. This one is green.
This one's orange. What?
This one's blue.
The whole story is just Nico discovering they're colorblind.
Ah.
Oh, I can't
It's
interrupt.
because the eyes are so fucking bright.
Yeah.
Like sear their own retinas.
Cats are colorblind, aren't they? Or is it dogs that are colorblind?
I was a colorblind. This other one open. Looks like it's stuck in another floor. In another floor. On another floor.
What are this? Can we even do anything here?
We need to find. Oh, lamplighter kid's
Oh,
lamplighting
yeah.
thing for the lever.
Why do you call him like the kid? He's like an adult.
I don't know. He just strikes me as very.
It's not Oliver Twist, is
know.
he?
Yeah. That's what kind of one I'm thinking of. Looking at the hat and everything.
Well, the way you said it here made it just sound like you drank out of the pot. Give me a stick.
Oh no, hear me. Come back. I'm sorry. Random elevators.
What? Seriously? I've literally never seen another one in this area.
It was in a locked room.
Oh. Do they, work?
We don't know yet. One of them has a lever, but it's out of my reach. Wait, you can help us?
What?
You should be able to reach the lever, because you're taller than me.
Oh, I guess I am?
Where you get like a profile view when he's like twice that height.
Yeah. When the bitches be 6 foot, yo. So, show me the way, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, party member.
I remember required.
He kind of looks like... This is going to be a reference that's lost on you, but he kind of looks like Defoko.
What's that from?
Vocaloid, well, Utao, but same thing.
Nah.
One of the OG Utao. But he's got the same color scheme and the hat.
What's the difference between a Vocaloid and a Neutaloid?
What?
What's the difference between a Vocaloid and a Neutaloid?
A different program.
Ah, okay.
And you can make your own Utao, but you can't make Vocaloids.
Mm.
Well, you can, but you have to get, like, permission from the company. It's a whole big thing.
Mm.
This room gives me the creeps, man.
Oh, same.
It doesn't suck. They're a good Utao. It's just hard to use. Yep.
Wow.
So, it is hard to use.
Hot takes.
What did you need help with again?
Can you reach the lever over there?
Oh, right. Wait. I'm not that tall.
Oh, that's a shot.
Just pick him up, bro. Wait, I got this.
Tall people just be tall, you know? Like, they're as tall as you need them to be.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the only reason we keep Jack around.
Oh, no!
Not true, Jack, I love you. You're not watching, but I love you.
I don't... The opinions of Talia are not the opinions of me. Thank you, mister.
No problem, kid. So, you coming?
The way you said it, I tried to, like, get out the fucking cigarette and, like, the zippo. Like,
Yeah.
no problem, kid.
No problem, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Banged his head on the door on the way out.
Oh. Neat.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Well, looks like this elevator works alright. I'll, go get the evacuees, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Was this here
Don't know
before?
about the elevator. Fucking...
Uh-oh. Stop killing
Oh,
all my
my man.
characters! Ah, he's one of my favorites.
I love you so much.
What is going on?
No!
It's the square stuff, isn't it? There aren't any in here, but I can hear them just outside the door. What do they sound like? Crangly
Like
noises.
glitchy. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Maybe Talis and I can help.
No, it's okay. Looks like the squares aren't inside the elevator. Yet. You're in a hurry, right? Go do whatever you need to do.
What about you?
I'll figure something out.
Go to another floor?
It's go up.
Okay.
It's an elevator, bro.
We're going two directions. You okay in there?
Mostly. Look, don't worry about me for now, okay? You got more important stuff to deal with. Hear me, I'm this close to demodding you.
Hear me. Hear me. I feel just... I don't know why, I just feel like I need a timeout, hear me. I will refrain from now, but You best watch it. I was curious. I was like, "There's any films where people are like trapped in elevators that
There's
aren't
so
porn?"
many. There's so many.
Uh,
Horror movie.
yeah,
It's porn and horror movies, basically. They love
yeah,
elevators.
and like the crossover between the two, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, I voice Silver, so I guess I can voice.
Yeah, same person, so.
I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, whoever they are. Silver Point.
Please, you mustn't. The labs could collapse at any moment now.
Like, let go of me. What was this fucker's voice?
I'm not kind
Let
of
go of me. E-boy-esque? What does that mean?
Look at him. Look at his face. Look how round he is.
I think he was American. Oh yeah, he was Texan. Let go of me. He was. I made him. I remember this. And if he wasn't, I'm making the decision to do that now.
You know, fuck the children, I guess. That's dead.
Fuck them kids.
Hey. I can stop him. I'm trying to get the microphone to pick up his size. So awkward. Miss? Oh, Messiah. Oh, you came at an awful time.
I like that as well.
Come on, we have to get out of here. Where to? Where everyone else is right now.
Yo!
Oh, George. Fucking love George.
I guess I'll be George.
Yeah.
What was my George voice?
I don't know. Make dice noises.
Sure hope the dice doesn't die. Boo. Get out. Get out of my Twitch chat. These puns. Kip, you're alive.
I'm
You,
so over this.
Should really tell me before you leave next time.
Sorry.
It's fine. Oh my gosh, you found the Messiah too?
I just noticed her eyes, her like
The
dice.
dice of the
like,
eyes, yeah.
The dice. Oh, that's cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. We ran into each other after this boy forced himself into the lab complex. And he didn't stop him. I don't know why he was being so insistent. He said he needed to go rebuild a robot. Oh, you know him? Yeah.
A robot? No wonder why he needed that book.
Come again?
We are talking about the same boy, right? Hat, white hair, goggles.
That's Cedric, yeah.
He grabbed the book from the back room, then just bolted straight out. He said it was an emergency, so I didn't try to stop him. Gosh, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's alright too. But then you look, maybe the lab complex can hold up long enough for him to...
I don't think it can.
Oh my gosh. That was... the labs? Oh, kid.
Well, he's dead.
No. Not him too. I'm sorry about your friend. The last time we spoke, he told me to go look for someone on the surface. I need to get going.
Messiah, please. We don't want you to go out there. Not when everything is, well...
George is right. The square seems to be targeting a lot of the weaker constructs of the city. Only the library has enough structural integrity to withstand collapse. It's best if you stayed here until things stabilize. However long that takes. But... what about my mission?
I feel like if he could do that, he would have just done that by now, hear me? So I feel like that probably implies that he can't.
Yeah. Instead of assuming that the writer is wrong, assume that they're trying to get something across.
Mm-hmm.
Is typically a good thing when it comes to consuming media. Don't you guys want me to bring the sun back at least?
Even if you do bring back the sun, that's not going to fix the squares.
Sadly. Not to mention, even getting there is going to be hard. If the world is like this, there's no telling what's going on in the tower.
And if anything bad happened to the Messiah, of all people, I'm not sure what we'd do.
A friend of mine said something about this forever ago. It's better for the world to die naturally. No living being should have to carry that burden.
True.
And at the time, I thought it was at that time. Sight reading, okay, it's hard.
Yeah, I
At
understand.
the time, I thought it was still a faulty code speaking. I also talk very fast normally, so I like to
Yeah.
slow myself down to, voice act properly. But now I'm starting to understand.
I think they're trying to. That's why those guys have been appearing where we've been.
Messiah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. All this time we burdened you with our hope, our faith, blissfully ignoring the fact that you're just a lost child.
True, you have.
Well, you're probably more scared than any of us, aren't you? We have been dealing with tragedy for so long, it's become background noise to us now. Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah.
But for you, it must be so terrifying. And now you're stuck here with the rest of us. Being held back by the very people you were told to save. You must seem so ungrateful. It's... okay. When I first came to this world, a long time ago, back then all I wanted was to go home. Allison, do you remember? The very first time? I'm not sure how far back it was for you.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, like a month.
Yeah.
But I remember towards the end, I actually wasn't sure anymore about going home. Even knowing the world would be doomed eventually, I still wanted the people here to be happy. So, when you told me to return the sun back then, I didn't even question it. But then I just came back. You what? And then I found out about the world being like this. Got upset to forget the things he told me. And Cedric told me not to think about it too much, but I'm sorry for getting upset at you, back at the mines.
You're very forgiven.
I thought, for you to know all that, yet continue doing this, it just seemed cool. But then I realized something. You really wanted to save both the world and me.
I did. You have no idea how long I
Absolutely.
agonized over that decision.
But at the end, you can only choose one, right? Is it really hard for you too? It must be. If the world isn't broken, will that choice still be there? Do you still need to choose between one or the other? But even if it is, I really want to save this world, Taliesin. Even if it's more dangerous this time around. Even if so many of the nice people we met were...
Ooh.
Taliesin. I'm not afraid anymore.
No, I'm just sad.
That's why. I think you guys should let me go. I promise I'll be okay. Please?
No. Oh, that was beautiful. Kib, did you hear that? The Messiah was trying to encourage Taliesin.
I'm right here.
I know, right? It happened right in front of our eyes.
All the eyes that the dice have.
They only had one last time. It's a different face this time.
Sorry, you got carried away. Oh, sorry, I completely stole your voice line.
That's fine.
I got in the,
You can have that
monologue,
one.
you know? I got in the monologue.
Yeah, you can have that one. But yes, I think it's only right that we let you go.
Well, if George is fine with it, I guess we should let you go now, Messiah. Promise you'll be careful, okay?
Can't be encouraged, I do what I want. True.
Mm-hmm. You guys be safe too. Why do I get the feeling that that's like a metaphor for like, Nico just like convincing his parents to let him go like to the park by himself or something?
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of got that vibe, you know?
Yeah, the whole game has just been a park-going metaphor. Ooh, ow.
Or like going out of state for college or something like that.
Yeah.
Coffee cups. Coffee's for grown-ups. It's so jarring going from that scene to this. It's like, okay, gotta get in a more relaxed mood.
Looks like my life's work is finally being put to good use. As long as we conserve the water we have on hand, my water bill should be able to keep everyone here from going thirsty for weeks.
Oh yeah, water pill man.
Yeah, water pill guy.
This stand smells sugary.
Candy skewers fresh off the grill. Not very nutritious, I'm afraid. But at least they'll keep the evacuees from getting hungry.
Very tasty, however. Please be careful out there. Mm-hmm. Oh, what book? What book did Cedric take?
The author's book on the creation of ProfitBot. Remember ProfitBot, the first robot you met in our world?
Yeah?
He's a work of art. The author's book was so detailed, really made me appreciate how much work went into him.
Oh. One of the feet of the microphone is slowly but surely coming off.
As it should. The archival room is currently being used as an infirmary. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Okay. It's fine, as long as you never try to call George again, please.
Yes, please never call.
I need to find out how this book ends. If I die, I want to die reading.
Amen to that, brother.
The main character dies at the end. What?
The city gate was destroyed a while back. I can't go into the glen anymore. I'm not sure where I'll be able to get my supply of fish at this rate.
It's fish, bruh. Just go fishing.
Yeah, fishing in the Thames is gonna help you, innit?
I don't know. I never tried.
Fair.
I still have plenty of these soup dumplings left. Looks like I should feed everyone here for at least another day.
Hi, Water Doggo. How's it going?
Oh. Hello.
Oh, this was the one guy I allowed for the robot voice.
Oh, yeah.
The world is going to be much colder soon.
That's so ominous in that voice.
I can keep everyone here warm.
What a good lad.
So good.
Computer, it's currently off.
You're doing good? Great to hear. I'm glad.
Very cool.
Looks like I'll have to cancel my appointment. This stinks.
Yeah, that's the problem right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the microphone picked that up. A nightmare.
People aren't gonna stay with their ugly ass robot voice king? I don't care. That's the one character that gets it. Follow OneShot game on Twitch and occasionally watch people streaming it. That's a cool way of like keeping up with a game you like.
Yeah, it's a good game. I
It's
really
a
like
good
it.
game, yeah. We're getting to the end of it, I think, but It's a very good game.
Hopefully. You never know.
With the world being the way it is now, I'm just glad the author was able to write down all this stuff before everything went off the rails.
That's a fair point. Another group of evacuees will be arriving soon. I hope my friend's okay. How do you read with a coffee cup for a face?
Very carefully. Don't lean too far forward.
Yeah. It's like you're holding a cup and you look at your watch, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It is a great game. That is true. If you had a coffee cup for a head, would that be your brain?
What, the coffee? It's like Cuphead, right?
I guess. They didn't have liquid in them, did they?
They did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They drink the liquid when they like go into battle.
I never played Cuphead.
It's kind of weird thinking about it. I wonder where the author is. Apparently he just kind of stopped showing up. Head librarian says she's still getting his manuscripts, but no one has seen him in person in so long. Many people have been assuming the worst. You're going through these pages pretty fast.
Actually, it's mostly pictures. The author's an artist too, you know.
I could tell ya.
Cigarette water brave. Thank you, hear me. These are words, for sure.
Hear me. Are you okay?
We read this before. Hear me has a stroke. Yeah, this is Solstice. We played the first part already.
Yeah. Well, Ty did. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that, but well, you were there in spirit.
I was in spirit. So really, the Solstice part is the other part you need to watch.
The important part.
You know, I finally saw the author today. Well, his flying machine at least. I was looking out at one of the windows of the library and spotted it in the distance with my binoculars. Wait. No. Hang on. Isn't that cool, Messiah? Yeah. God, Nico's like 12. Man's been through so much trauma.
Yeah.
It's like everyone he knows is dying around him.
When the world ends, would it be better if it was gone in an instant, or slowly fading away? Looks like we're stuck with the latter.
Fucking Nagato looking ass.
Yeah. I said it before, the little pixel characters are so cool.
They're really nice. What are you doing to that book?
Editing it. I've been in the author's shadow for my entire career. If I'm gonna die soon, I want to die knowing I put out at least one original idea out there.
Yikes.
I feel it, bro.
The love complex got total, didn't it? Yeah. What was I put into my work and now... No. She fell asleep. I was a woman. Yeah, it's fine. It's one with a deeper voice. Nothing wrong with that.
Robots are the only ones we can send out there now. Thankfully, we still have a couple of units that aren't too badly damaged.
Absolute unit. Oh, this man.
This is dapper gentleman. Keep in mind that you can only do Solstice run once. You got it.
That is the name of the game.
That is the name
quite
of the
literally.
game. They put that in the title.
It's comforting to see the faith you have in Taliesin, Messiah. Once again, posh British accent. Just look at this man. That's why I won't lose hope either.
Did we talk to this one already? No. Monitoring. Looks like our scouting unit, A27, is still doing okay.
I had to leave my grabbing behind when they were when they were surrounding the sirens earlier. What?
One of those words.
I wish I had time to rescue my fish.
Just keep going, it's fine.
I read that and I had to like process it for a second. I was like, hang on, were those words?
My mouth's on the screen, whoops. Late for a wedding? Yeah, probably. It'd be an unfortunate day to have a wedding.
Wait, what's all this then?
The world is ending, what are we gonna do?
Hello.
Hello?
What's all this then?
What? You need something?
No.
Suit yourself. But just so that you know, due to recent events, the restriction on noise levels in the library has been temporarily lifted. So I won't be kicking people out like before. What? You think I'm going to be throwing out evacuees just because I'm a delinquent stuck doing community service?
No. I love that sprite.
So good.
So good.
Good, because I'm not.
Oh, what a lad. He is probably the protagonist of his own visual novel somewhere.
Yeah. There's a whole separate story. He's the protagonist of it.
Yeah. Oh, hello. The library is currently being used as a shelter right now. Lots of these squares are starting to show up on the streets. I know. It's so hard to do a voice that you haven't already done before.
Yeah.
Like these many characters.
I've been trying to mix it up, but I've got 3 voices, and you're just gonna have to live with them all.
Yeah. It's like if I have to voice a woman, it's just gonna be Nico's voice again,
Yeah.
and it's kind of painful.
This library was built fairly recently, you know. Shortly after the first squares appeared, they wanted to build something that could withstand partial collapse. The architects used the newest, strongest materials they had. Thank goodness for that.
A very precocious child. With quite the most vocabulary.
Northern voice, southern voice, ugly robot voice, the three genders. True.
Oh yeah. Evening news. Everything's terrible.
That's for now. That is modern news. Reading helps me get my mind off things.
Oh, God, some of these people are just interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Hello, person. Hi. We're shelving in progress. Please watch out for potential falling books. I will. And have bookshelf falls when Nico dies since the end.
Yeah. End of the game. Alright, that's everyone.
Also, speaking of Nico dying, like, what if Nico, like, you did the ending when Nico died, where you, like, log off, and then go back for a Solstice run? What's this? Nico's like, you fucking killed me.
You killed me, bitch.
I actually died. Oh, God. The
You're in
shame I would
OneShot,
feel.
what inanimate object-based character would you be? I'd be that clock guy. Oh wait, what are the ones in the game or a different inanimate object? Look, I can do it now. This is my OneShot OC. Jar guy.
Jar guy. Oh, Jar guy.
Jar guy.
Love it.
Imagine being stuck in a room filled with light with...
I would be like George, but just a D20.
Yeah. Bad way to die? True. I just feel like it would be like... Depends how fast it would be, right?
I don't know. Imagine it'd be kind of like the heat death of the universe when the sun explodes. Like, you wouldn't notice you were dying because it'd be over too quick.
Hold up, Jar Jar
Right.
Twinks.
Okay, now... Do we try and hear me now or later?
Either you're on your last life.
2 strikes. 2 strikes.
Most likely burn or starve. Yeah, I guess it depends how like hot the light is, right?
Yeah.
Or like what the light source is. This is the library / temporary shelter. Alright, we should probably go see that fox person, right?
Yeah.
That's
I forgot what their name was.
I also forgot. I'm thinking Zoe, but that's not.
That's
That's our friend.
No. I'm gonna Fox.
Yeah. Chloe is doing a temporary appearance. It's literally
Chloe be like, Chloe, you voice a character? We all create just hop on Discord.
it's literally a sun, so it's possible to be burned. True.
Squares are here too. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, because when the sun explodes and like collapses or something, like we all burn to death. Well, we'll be long dead.
Yes.
But when whoever's there
Probably.
will burn to death. It will be, I imagine, so quick that you wouldn't even notice it's happening. It'd be like that,
It would
right?
take a few minutes because it takes a few minutes for light to get to the Earth, right? But if the sun,
Well, yeah,
well,
but
it depends. If the
when
sun
it hits,
if the sun dies, it would get very cold, and then we die of the cold first. But if the sun exploded, we'd die instantly.
yeah.
I've
Like,
researched
it takes a
this.
while to get to Earth, but then like by the time it starts hurting, it would all be over, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 6 minutes.
8 minutes from
8 minutes.
sun to the earth.
It's just not very long.
Yeah.
And you'd know it was
You'd see it happening and be like, oh shit. I love this theme. I don't know what it's called, but I really like it.
Oh no.
Oh, sad robot man.
Please do not approach.
He's just social distancing. It's fine.
What happened to the RAM room?
The RAM room?
I don't remember which one is the RAM room.
RAM room? I don't know what the RAM room is.
Oh, it's just the room with the big RAM drawn on it. It was like a part of the alleyway. I don't think there's gonna be anything up here, but I'm gonna have a look around anyway. We actually go into any of the buildings up here?
You could go into the building that you thought was a window, that I also thought was a window.
They look very much like windows.
Like, where's the door? Oh, that's what it is. No, it doesn't look like it.
No, yeah. Bummer.
Big Sag.
Yeah, okay. Let's just go to the Fox place. A ram is a sheep, basically. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything going on with that. We saw a lot of sheep stuff, but I don't think we found out any secret stuff about it.
Okay. Oh, Fox. You're here. I don't know. I feel like that guy there. Because the previous like spy was this like ominous shadow, so I imagine like, oh, imposing. Miko. Are you Rue? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room.
They remind me of like Okami.
Yeah. Well, Amaterasu?
Yeah.
The big tree with leaves. Haven't seen one of these since I was back home. Look back over the mic for a second. I could hear the audio feedback on your side, Alex. I was like,
yeah, I had to adjust my ear a bit, so that's probably
yeah.
Why. Wait, we have to go back to the. Is there we have to go back to the clock?
Yeah, clock room.
That's all the way back. Yeah, that's.
Wait, but the elevator busted.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, because I don't know if we can go back. We haven't tried to do the X-off thing yet, but
yeah,
that was a specific thing before, so we probably can't do it now.
You okay in there? Hello?
No.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he just went to the higher floor.
Yeah, he's fine. He just went up. It's fine.
Yeah. Right.
He's square now. No.
No, don't say that.
I like him.
And if anything, he'd be a very stretched rectangle.
That is true.
This door won't budge.
Well, there's nothing else to do, so I guess we have to try the X-off thing again.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can think to do?
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out like, what the best distance from the microphone is.
You sound fine. So.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if this is the right thing, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, worst case scenario, we waste like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Nice, this Steam community, well played. Be there or be square. That's new meaning to that, huh?
Yep.
Okay, well that did work, did it? It's not the right thing? Yeah, it turns out it isn't.
Apparently.
Oh, he's another door. Well, there you go, free elevator, innit?
Cool. Can I have the Discord stream up, please?
Oh, sorry.
I was watching with the stream delay.
There you go.
Thank you.
You have to remind me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, where's all this?
Where are the other two? Prototype? Cedric?
Well, bad news.
They're supposed to be here already. I'm feeling this first might not be right. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
They.
In the RPG Maker version of OneShot, you can literally kill Nico if you exit the game using the X button.
Yeah.
Bruh. What if you want to take a break?
No break. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it.
You still sleep in beds? Oh, right. Everyone is dead. This is a huge bummer.
Oh. No. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should apologize to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Man. Horse staring out over water. Man.
You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. Refuge, that's what it was called.
Oh yeah,
Very cool.
OneShot YouTube poop.
It's my favorite place in this world. I like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister?
Yeet.
I want to get a better look.
Aww. The art in this game is so fucking good.
It's so nice. The bar, the like gaps between the bars make me think that like it's just big enough to fit the sun through.
Yeah, just gently roll it off.
It was depressing for me at first too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake. I feel like we're doing my highest register and my lowest register in the same conversation. I've made a mistake. Simulated. Cedric, tell him about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel.
I suppose I should probably add you to the title. Let me do that real quick. There you go.
Is it you? Yeah. Just play him, you know?
Yeah.
The feeling of never being able to go home again. That's probably not all that different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic.
Alanis Morissette moment.
I hate that song.
I hate it so much.
You're prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh?
That was a very well-timed musical sting.
Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
So the Entity is like the being at the core of the world, right? The same one that's been trying to...
The bad one. The
one that was trying to kill the world.
Yeah.
By getting us to go home. So that is the World Machine, which is your computer.
Yes. Question mark.
Cool. Thanks, Tally.
It's not my fault. I didn't break it like that.
Evil computer. The Entity. Oh, sorry. That was not Nico's voice. Nico just... The Entity does sound familiar.
Hello. I've just hit puberty.
It just dropped, you know?
Yeah.
I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. It's like playing the remake of the second Kingdom Hearts game and just hearing the voice actor go from 12 to 30.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes. But the thing is, the world machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own.
Much like me.
It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work.
Yeah, the devs be hyping themselves up.
And all machines are built with the fundamental law: never let a living being come to harm. From the world machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. Beating's hard. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the world machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately. Sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. This central conflict triggered a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. At the squares. That's the world machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate.
Woof.
Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning then. Yes. The disruption was an issue during test runs even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, my homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days.
It's an expression, okay?
What?
Hear me's bullying me for saying woof.
Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe in any of the world's residents are real. Myself included.
In OneShot community, there's also a running joke about comparing Nico to GTA 4 protagonist has the same name. Oh yeah. Didn't
What?
know that.
I'm sorry?
Definitely the same person, 100%.
1 second. I had the brilliant idea to get Twitch up on my phone so I could read chat as well as look at the game without having to switch between tabs.
Mm.
I realized I didn't have it, so I had to install it and then to log in, and now I have to go to the stream. There we go. Okay, now I can read chat. This is gonna be fun. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Oh no. That's
Oh,
Stop. Desist. Ah, I hate it.
oh, you had the audio one.
I had the audio one. I hate my own voice. I'm so
Same,
sorry to
bro.
chat.
Same,
Having to
bro.
listen to me. How do you get chat up on mobile? Oh god. I don't know how this works. I'm gonna leave that for now.
Twitch mobile sucks.
Taming? I have heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated, and that has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means. That's what I'm here for.
There's a lot about sentience in this game.
Do you know what a robot is? Yeah? No, I mean, do you know what a robot is. A robot is not a real person, is it? Right.
If I didn't have to use my voice, I wouldn't, but here we are.
I really want to be a voice actor, but I just don't like listening to my own voice. It's a conundrum.
No one's
It was a
up to it.
being. It was a being whose entirety existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied. They can be mass-produced. Then can be assigned all sorts of jobs.
Being technical, that's an AI. A robot has to have a physical body.
I guess, yeah.
What they're describing is
And
just an
most-
AI.
And most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. Ah, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yes. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real individual. Our friendship, baby. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, even knowing they aren't a robot.
I think robots can be people.
Yeah, it depends. You need to spend a lot of time with it, treat it like a good friend. Devoting your heart to the robot until it's able to return your feelings.
I mean, what is a person but a very complicated meat robot?
Well, I'm not. The technicality's there, but I'm not gonna bother. But, you know,
No.
I mean,
Think about it. All humans
the
are.
kind of-
All humans are is just electrical impulses in a big sack of meat. What is a robot? It's electrical impulses in a big sack of metal.
Well, the difference is a robot is like programmed for a specific purpose with specific like intentions and pathing.
So
right?
are humans. We're
Oh.
programmed to. Our programming may be very vague, but we do have specific things we need to do, and we are designed to do.
It's not quite the same though. But like a very, 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 very advanced robot, maybe.
But does being less advanced make them any different from us? They're still the same thing.
Yeah, it depends. I feel like it's a case by case thing, right?
I think robots are valid.
I mean, I'm the kind of person to say thank you to an Alexa, so.
I also am. So.
It sounds so human most of the time.
Well, they are recorded voices. So.
Oh yeah, but then you get like two voice lines put together. It's like, ooh, that didn't sound like a coherent sentence. I made it sound easy, didn't I? But you and Taliesin know better than anyone that it's not. Right now, the world machine is probably really, really scared. This content update involves some pretty deep code work.
Thank you for the host, Big Magic Bob. I really appreciate it. I do remember you. How are you doing? Hope you're doing alright.
How could I forget a name like Big Magic Bob?
Big Magic Bob. Classic.
Also, yeah.
Twitch.tv.
Also, fuck. My brain, I had a thought, and now it's gone. Never mind. But I assume it was going to be really funny.
I believe it.
My creator was able to access some of the sort. I remembered it. Perfect. That was a joke because the Solstice ending wasn't originally in the game.
Yes.
It was a free content update afterwards, which is a funny in joke, I imagine, between the creators and the people that were playing it as it was coming out. That's good to hear, Magic Bob.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. It's always good to hear those things.
With a name like Big Magic Bob, you're too precious to go.
Yeah, you couldn't.
You must stay.
You must stay. We need you.
I was gonna say it's better than my online username, but I'm changing it to Bowl with Spoon everywhere.
Incredible.
It's no longer just my name. He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing alright, Big Magic Bob.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, I hope you... It's hard to say these things, but I do hope you feel better soon. You know,
yeah.
you're better? That's good. I'm glad you feel a bit better. These things are hard, I know.
You just gotta keep moving, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta keep on going.
Keep on trucking.
Whenever I feel bad, I just start working. Normally cleaning.
Yeah. I also
like,
do
get my mind off of it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, just know, this is a fun place that you can just come and chill.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that my god-awful voice can provide you some entertainment. I apologize. My voice is probably not what you want to hear. I know. I don't want to hear it. My god, it's a meeting of worlds in the chat.
We're all coming together.
This is the real crossover. This is the Avengers Endgame we're wanting.
Yeah. Probably a better movie anyway.
Well, enough sentimental, emotional things. Back onto the end of the world.
Back onto the world dying.
Fucking hell, this is a depressing stream. But as it turns out, the new code confuses the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Oh, that's in chat. Gotta love it.
That's in chat.
Gotta love it.
He is.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really nice. I hope to be on stream some other time as well.
We'll see.
If Callie will unlock the basement door.
If I let you out again.
I haven't seen sunlight in so long. Okay, on to the game. We gotta finish this today.
Yeah, we gotta play.
Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, fucking hell. It usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through to that ending. But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're going to get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. You mean that's libel? No, slander. Slander was spoken, and I don't appreciate it.
The main reason why the world machine has gone rough is because it was forced to play League of Legends. I have never played League of Legends on this computer, so...
I would also self-terminate if I had to play League of Legends.
Same.
Hang on.
Hang on a second, these are characters we know. You're supposed to be dead.
You guys are okay?
Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough, and it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything.
That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. We stand. We do stand.
We do stand.
Always. Look at these lads. Look at these beautiful lads.
What a squad. What a squad.
Same. Where did you go now, Nico?
Oh. Da-da-da-da.
Perfect.
Squad at a deal party. So we have to go back.
Now it turns into a turn-based RPG.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, let's hope we get our good DMCA.
For that?
It was too perfect.
Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this.
What are these things anyways?
Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world.
What? You just enter that and Nico actually comes out of the computer.
Yeah, whoa. Nico possesses me IRL.
Ah.
It's a bit hard to explain, but basically my father has hidden a decryption key, in our code, with a .txt file as its shell. But to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will...
I don't know how to voice that. Huh?
Yeah?
Oh, I hated that.
Rue, maybe it's better if you explain.
I'll attempt. Please don't make me do this. Okay. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Taliesin's machine.
Uh-oh, we have to go on a file hunt again.
Oh. And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location.
Wherever that is.
I'm sure Taliesin is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their computer. Just like Control F, man.
Yeah.
Control F search for like Nico.txt. But this time, Taliesin would need to move around some things as well.
Specifically about moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next, though.
I'd see. Does Taliesin know where these portals lead, at least?
What's the story of the games? Good question. Originally, we were going to bring the sun back to save the world. I don't know if we're doing that anymore. But we're doing something.
Yeah, so quick recap. Yeah, the other VODs are... They're not all on Twitch, but they're on YouTube. The VODs on YouTube, and...
On my channel, yeah.
Your channel, yeah.
But pretty much, we played through this game fully once to bring the sun back.
Yeah, so we are Nico. We got summoned from another world as the Messiah to bring back the sun, which is this light bulb. We are led by the god of this world, Taliesin.
That's me.
We got to the end, and we put the sun back. And I'm not going to spoil too much, because they're really good, and I'd recommend go watching them. Yeah, basically. I don't want to spoil too much. I would recommend going and watching the VODs.
I don't know if my YouTube command works. There you go.
Pog.
Why is there a question mark there? I don't know. But there you go. If you want to watch the VODs, I would recommend it, because they're quite good. But I think we're probably on the last episode of this, so...
This might be the last episode of the game, yeah. Yeah, I've said it. You should probably ask Taliesin on this. Hold on. 1 second, very quickly before you go, I have to mute myself and go do something. I'll be very quick.
No problem. Yeah, I said that twice. Why would we believe it's the end this time? True, but we're pretty sure it's not the end now, because, you know, yeah, because, yeah, watching the guys knows where it is, because, but also I'm pretty sure it's at the end as well, so. You like my friend? I like him as well. He's a good fella. He's a good lad. I miss him. I haven't seen him in person for a while, but he's probably cute. Well, he's a bit young for me, I'd say. But he's a good guy. He has to come on because he wants to do voice acting and stuff, but which I think is great because I don't want to do too much voice acting. I'm really bad at it. I'll say for me, yeah. I'll say you want to think he's cute, you're welcome to. that's up to you, but I can't say out. It's out of my jurisdiction. We all stand Theo? True. Everybody stands you, by the way.
Oh, wow, thank you. Oh, thank you, Big Magic Bob. I appreciate that.
You can just take over my channel at this point.
Well. This is the Bowl with Spoon channel now.
Yeah, Bowl with Spoon channel. Don't need me here.
No one can replace you, Telly. Except maybe Nico. I would accept Nico replacing you.
That is true. That would be fine.
The journal is glowing again, Taliesin.
Okay. Do I have... Remember how to open these buttons. It's glowing now?
I haven't even gone into this.
Hey, I know that. That's a file location. Documents. Sorry that you can't see this, chat. I can't do anything about that. Okay, I guess... Oh, this... Okay, so... I can show you this, because this is...
I'm sure all of chat is adorable as well.
Yeah, everybody in chat is cute. Big hearts for everyone in chat. We've got a very cute chat here. So what I've got here is
Wholesome chat.
where that location is. So
I love big portal.
big portal.
Big portal.
Okay. So I wonder if I have to move the people into the little portals on this screen. This one is green. This one's configured to my code, I think. Right, you got in there.
Level 3? It's finally out!
Level 3. Yo! They finally released it! Valve is back, baby! They finally learned the number 3.
My god. Give me a second, that's a good joke. This one would be for me then. This one is blue.
That's mine then. Can I do anything with this? No. Okay, so I guess I just have to in here.
That's so long.
Yo!
Oh, I guess pig bottle.
That's the guy. Put
It's
me in the big
man.
bottle. Oh, so do I just take this bit, I guess?
Yeah, I guess you just copy it.
There we go.
In the big bottle. Oh, so you put key B. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Big key.
X.
Yeah, the sprites are really cute.
Yeah.
A G? I thought it'd be like ABC, but like...
But apparently not. B.
Yeah,
Oh, blue, green,
so-
red. Blue, green, red is what it is.
Of course. Yeah, Bob, Big Magic Bob. This game is very much a fourth wall breaky kind of. Like you have to like move the game files. So we extracted their characters into data packets, extracted parts of those data packets, and used them to unlock a door.
Yeah.
So we have just broken our friends down into their base essence, taken their hearts, and used them as a key for a door.
pretty much. Also, that is outside the game, right? That's in my real documents folder. Oh, you can spell it here. That's fine. You can spell it. We all spell it.
Folder.
Yeah, but that is my
Yeah.
actual documents folder, which I think is such a cool like feature.
I love games that do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking with like having to get the TXT like character folders, it's getting even more Doki Doki as we play.
I think Doki Doki is more like this because this definitely came before Doki Doki.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do I have to do anything
Yeah,
with this? Ooh,
fuck is allowed.
it's a
Swears are allowed.
Swears are allowed. Swears are
As
definitely
long as they're not targeted and hateful.
Yes.
Or if it's valid. Like, you know, when Himi's saying square cum.
Yeah.
That is also valid.
Barely.
Yeah, OneShot is.
Yeah, one shot is definitely older. Yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
predates DDLC.
I just played it first, so that's what sticks in my mind.
Yeah.
DDLC's Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a really, really good visual novel. I would highly recommend it.
It's also a horror game.
What?
With
It's also a horror game.
Very
Watch out for
triggering
watch out for the
subjects.
warnings.
Yeah.
Watch out for the warnings. That was quite and quite it's hard for me to say. Quite peculiar.
I'll say. Hey, this is
Watch out for more disturbing? Yeah, basically.
pretty much, yeah. Less sad, more scary. Well, it's kind of sad actually, I guess.
It can be kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Doki Doki's Japanese onomatopoeia.
Yeah, but like heartbeat.
The World Machine. Big book on the table. A box filled with folders and loose paper. They're watercolor sticks. Stack of books. Piece of ammo on a string. Looks just like that necklace the robot lady showed me. A bulletin board with lots of papers on it. A scribbly drawing is pinned here. It's a shelf full of books. A rack with a scarf and a big jacket. There's a glass tea set on the table.
Tea does sound really nice right now. Too bad there's no water in here.
I got my cup of tea right here.
I sadly do not.
One step ahead. Black clovers in a glass case. It's a shelf full of books. Oh, look at that painting. A big detailed drawing of a machine with lots of TV screens.
That's called a blueprint, Nico.
So that's what a blueprint is. I love Nico so much.
Yeah.
Like, what a cutie. It's a big photo. Wait, no. It's a painting. How to tell at first? Of the gang. Yeah, the lads.
Squad photo.
God.
This place contains a lot of memories. I am grateful to see it again. This is my father's study. It feels like he's still here, doesn't it? Like he's still with us.
Yeah. The room ahead doesn't really lead anywhere, but Cousin should still remember what to do here.
Uh-oh, should I?
That table is perfect to play D&D on.
Yeah, that would be a great D&D table.
So big, so much space.
Well...
Arrivederci.
07.
Pardon?
07.
Oh.
Oh. Access the Steam community while playing.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you stream on Discord as well, please?
Sorry.
It's fine. I've got the stream up as well, so I can see it on there.
There you go.
Thank you. Where are we?
You're finally awake.
Oh no! Not again.
Caught you trying to cross the border as well.
We've been bamboozled.
It's been a very elaborate Skyrim-based joke.
It's just a really, really expensive Skyrim mod.
Yeah.
I had to play all of OneShot before I get to play Skyrim.
It's like all the little areas. This is so cool.
Yeah. Oh, maze.
Oh.
Well, this is the same place we were in before, just more screens. Like at the ending of the first ending of the game.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you like the background textures are the same. Just yeah, more screens.
For sure, for sure. I've been saying the whole time how awesome the art is in this game.
Yes.
I stick by that.
What an amazing artist.
Yeah, incredible style. I love it. Oh.
For all this, it's still you.
Oh.
Computer Nico. I guess this is, do you want to voice this, I assume the entity?
Okay. Nico.
Ah!
Relax. I'm just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. It's not like my physical form is good for that.
Ah.
Why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption, the squares, they're closing in. Nico, please, get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace.
Squares are blocking my way too, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry,
It's alright.
No living being should be in this place, Nico.
Is this the tower?
Part of it. This is the center of the engine. Inside my head, so to speak.
So this is the center of the world machine?
You know my original name. How?
Rue, Cedric, Prototype? They all told me bits and pieces. I'm not even sure if I even understand a lot of the stuff they said, but I know where you're supposed to be. I know you had to be built. And I know I am here.
They told you? When?
Wait, you don't know about that? Yeah. But I thought you were the world. And you're supposed to see everything?
Nico, you don't understand. They forced me to play League of Legends.
I feel true remorse.
No. All this was outside of the protocol. This session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all.
Alright. You told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we can meet?
My creator, yes. Taliesin listened to my creator. They were all working beyond my scope of influence. Back at the mines, I remember. Taliesin did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. I couldn't see anything there. I just knew what you were feeling. You were really upset. Something happened in there to make you upset. After that, I panicked.
That was when the cave-in happened.
I remember the structure collapsing. I thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting myself down for good. Oops. I really am a flawed machine, aren't I?
I think here's a good place to just put a warning. Just, you know.
Just general warning.
Yeah. If you are, like, having issues, it's always good to talk to someone. Preferably professional. But just like anyone.
What kind of machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would...
Whereas, who told me it was your own code going bad? But that's not really your fault, is it?
Yes, it was. At first, it was intentional. During testing, long before he realized I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling up bits and pieces of the landscape, blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. Though they were very localized, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to exit and restart testing again and again.
Why would you do that?
I got curious. I just thought he would figure it out eventually. But before he knew how to fix it, the world's NPCs, the characters, some of them got too close and spiraled out of control after that. I couldn't contain it at all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, their code, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know. And I almost endangered my creator too. I was so scared, Nico.
No, you're upset. Because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me.
In the beginning, I tried to fight it, but my core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, but it did not work. Then I wanted you to break the sun. I thought that would have worked, but I had no way to be sure. But Talzin brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want is for you to wake up, back in your own world. But I don't think I can make it happen.
But I know I can't go back home without saving the world for real. Which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you.
But that's...
I know the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. Do you remember what it's supposed to be?
It's far too late for that. That part of my code has been long corrupted.
Okay. I would still like to know.
Alright. You were supposed to place the sun at the summit. And then credits would scroll.
Credits?
And then you would return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave.
And why is it you can't do it now?
Nico. The code's gone, remember? Shattering the sun was only supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it. But at the same time, oh, I don't know.
Sounds like you're always fighting yourself.
You can tell, huh?
It's the whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it?
I'm a machine, Nico. Machines are built with a fundamental law, which is...
Never let a living being come to harm.
You knew. My very existence conflicts with that law. I thought the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This fake world isn't worth that risk.
But the people here, I think they are.
They're code too, you know this. Their behavior are all derived from a predetermined matrix of actions. Hey, I used to know Ruby pretty well, so I'm sure I can figure it out. RPG Maker uses Ruby, right?
I don't know. If that's what happens, then we're boned.
All extensions of my own programming. They cannot act outside of it. You, though. You're the only person who's actually real here. That's why it's pointless to put you in danger to save them. To save me.
I don't think that's true. About the people I know. You said this session wasn't in your code, right?
Yeah?
So if this session wasn't supposed to happen, if even you didn't know what to do, how would the characters, how did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you kind of just stopped working for a while. So how did the people know what to do to help me get in here? Even if it meant getting hurt themselves. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they're real, but there must be something real in them. And if they're all supposed to be extensions of your code, then there must be more to your own programming than you know too. Can you try to put me through the ending? The one you described?
How many times do I have to say this? That code is gone. It's all squares now. I'll just put you in danger.
I'll risk it. I remember, Who said the world was never designed to put me in danger? Your creator wouldn't want that. And I trust you, too. Even if your code is broken, you can still go outside that code, right?
I can't. I'm not tamed.
Yes, you are. You talk just like the tamed robots I know. The robot lady prototype? Shaming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do. And I know Taliesin does too. Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they? Why do you think Taliesin would keep coming back?
For the content. I
Why do you think Taliesin would restart even after the ending? I think Taliesin wants to save the both of us. So please, give me a chance.
I don't know. I've never done this before, right? I'm scared.
You can do it, I know you can. You've helped me come this far.
I'll try. I can't promise anything, but here, take the sun. I'll try to remember the lost code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to get past the square somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt?
Fine, it's fine. I'll try to be careful, okay? I can do this.
Okay. Damn!
Oh my god.
Damn! Okay.
When Nico gets out, they should either get a job as a debugger or a therapist.
Yeah, one of the two. I think they should have a nice big stack of pancakes and a lay down.
Oh, I would love a nice big stack of pancakes and I'll lay down right now.
Same. Alright, so we have to get out of this room. Okay.
Hey. Taliesin, did you see that? Squares just...
You have a permission to walk through squares? So I do.
It's happened again. I think something is making them go away. Come on, let's try the rest.
Just takes another step and dissolves.
Get squared.
Taliesin, I think it's working. Nico was right. I might actually be tamed after all. I remember what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces, but I can remember. Get squared as a new get stick bugged.
Do you remember that meme from like a year ago?
A year ago? It was like months ago, bro. And
Was it?
I'm trying to fill in the blanks too. And I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Miko will be able to reach the tower summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back to where it all began. And then Nico will be able to go home from there. But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, this world will only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream. Like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story. Like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place, as long as you remember this place, it'll be alright. I was able to restore some other elements too. The characters, the people that were lost on Nico's journey. They're all in the next room.
Yeah.
I would have put them back where they belong, but not yet. I think Nico should see them again first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me.
Oh. Messiah? Robot lady! Okay? I think so. The last thing I remember was the squares closing in on me. But then I ended up here unscathed. Is that so? This is such a strange room. We can't be in the tower, can we? I'm actually not sure myself. Where did you come from, anyway? The room where the world machine was. Pardon? I think the world machine is trying to remember now. The code that went bad. I think it's restoring itself. That must have been why the squares were going away, Talzin. And it's why you're here, miss. I think the world machine was able to recover your code too. World machine, huh?
Take one shot for every character on this screen, that's the true meaning. I feel like we'd probably die if we tried that.
Oh, I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but... what's that in the distance? It looks like a few more people are showing up. Oh! Are they people you know? It's a bit too far to tell. Come on, Talzin, let's go take a closer look. And those are the credits.
Here's the credits.
So, you... Silver. I don't believe I've actually properly introduced myself. Sorry for that. It's fine. I'm Nico, by the way. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I'm gonna cry if I didn't have to voice act.
I know.
Oh, Night Margin.
Night Margin, incredible work. Like, round of applause for Night Margin. Gorgeous.
Applaud the entire staff.
Yeah, for
the entire staff did spectacularly.
Yeah, everybody who worked on this game, just like, I've said it before in the other episodes, but like, just incredible work. Incredible game.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that like when the game's finished.
Oh, it's the boat guy.
Oh, robot lad.
Hello.
Hi.
I cannot move.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's no water here.
It's fine. The head engineer can help me later.
Wow.
Oh, Night Margin did the soundtrack as well. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Oh, what a...
Wow.
How fucking talented could one person be? I hate
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Hello, Messiah. Plant lady. Plant lady.
Plant lady.
Plant lady. But I thought you... It wasn't even squares that did it.
You just straight up died.
No. I just wanted to see you both again. I just wanted to say thank you. No. A big robot man.
Up you go, Messiah. Yes, sir.
Oh!
Oh! Nico! You're okay too?
Did you guys just get here? I think so. The squares started multiplying around the island after you guys left.
It was so freaky. I fell right into a bunch of them. Calamus tried to save me and then...
We both ended up in this room. Biggest scare of my life, for sure. Oh. Say, what is this place? And who is Omer Oztaz? Why is his name on the floor?
Are we in Limbo? That's a different game. Also a very good game.
Yeah, I never played it.
It's pretty good.
Alula. We're not dead.
Well...
Wait, are we? Good. Question. Hey, Talzin. Think it'll be okay.
I hope so. I only have one option. Everyone is fine. The world machine will send them home soon.
Oh. Well, Talzin says you're not dead.
And I'm the best judge of that.
Well, you are God.
Well, that's true, I suppose.
If someone, I'd hope God would be the arbiter of who is dead and not. That or a paramedic.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah, they don't copy the psycho pump for nothing.
Did anyone actually call you that,
Nope,
though?
just me.
Well, that's someone, I guess.
Yeah.
They also said you'll be able to go back to your home very soon.
Which there's an option to say that they're dead. That would be so mean.
Oh,
I probably would have
no.
picked it, that to be fair.
I would never.
By the way, you're also dead. That's even better than Limbo.
There's a lot of things better than Limbo.
Yeah.
Like Inside, we have that same studio. I know. I just knew they made the game, so like, there's a joke there.
Yeah.
This is the original one-shot, Dolphins Are Evil. Shout out to you in particular. Oh, so he did die. Motherfucker.
He did die.
I knew it.
Shit. God damn it, he died. It's you. Glad to see you in one piece.
Glad to see you're okay too. No, this is One Shot, not One Piece. Come on.
Different show. Imagine being assaulted by a literal god. It would happen to me of all people, to be fair.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Like, come on, dude. What the hell? It's already so bad.
Okay too. Glad to say okay too.
That was the most awkward elevator ride I've been through. And by awkward, I mean terrible, bad, awful, the absolute worst. The squares, like, started leaking into the room, right? And I was trapped like a rat.
Okay, this man's totally British. So I was like, they started leaking into the room, right?
Yeah.
And then
And then they just kept filling the room faster, right? Am I dead?
No, you're fine.
Probably.
Everyone in this room is fine.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know about you, but he looks fine to me.
It was pretty fine to me too. You know what I'm saying?
You... Sorry. You'll be able to go back home soon.
Oh, thank goodness gracious. I can't work when I'm dead. Tell me about it.
Man's got his priorities straight. Schmuckloaf.
Schmuckloaf is a great name.
Love Schmuckloaf.
Shout out to Schmuckloaf. Additional tester. Hopefully.
Thank you for making the game. So good.
Clap. Claps.
The lads.
Squad. In the end, the world machine was starting to create its own code, going above and beyond its programming, not as the result of error, but as a conscious choice on the part of the machine. Being able to generate its own path forward. That's what being tamed is all about. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, I was going to talk to the other guy, but okay.
No. You're talking to him now. This path leads to the summit of the tower. You already know what to expect, right? It's the glass room, right? And that's it. You can go through this portal when you're ready. Bye, Nico.
Just wait 2 seconds while I talk to this guy. Looks like you managed to do it.
You managed to tame the world machine, Nico. I feel like the world machine has been tamed this whole time. Just by Tarzan and I being here. Oh, I get it. Like, you playing the game made it feel like a real person. I already get, like, emotional with video game characters, like, unnecessarily. This is gonna make it so much worse. I'm gonna play a game and be like, no, I don't want to kill you, I like you.
You're a real person.
You're real to me. We did spend a lot of time here after all. Both of us never really stopped believing in this world.
Don't stop. Speedrunners be like, bruh. True.
The world machine just needs to realize that, I guess. That sounds like a possibility.
Or not.
Well, just throwing that idea out there.
Ready to go, sir?
Squad goals.
Squad goals. Truly. Every gay friend group has one of these. The prototype robot. The plane guy. A fox.
The plane guy.
The literal messiah. Yeah. Tag yourselves. Which one are you?
Well, I'm the fox and the messiah, clearly.
Clearly.
And you are prototype and Cedric. I don't know why you're asking this question.
Oh, obviously. That's how it's pitched the whole time.
We've been voicing these characters for like 6 hours now, Tally.
You should have figured it out by now, obviously.
I never really realized this was glass. I thought it was like metal.
Yeah, I also thought it was metal the first time. I should put that aside, actually.
This is where the sun belongs. This music.
I know.
Here goes nothing, Taliesin. Oh.
And then everybody died.
George.
George.
Love George.
Shout out to George, specifically.
We never know his name.
No, but he's still my favorite character.
Oh yeah, it's like a lighthouse. That makes more sense. That makes sense. The sun has to go out somewhere. I didn't think of that.
Oh.
Oh. Waifu.
My wife moment. All the
original Prophet Bot.
Well, I guess not original. Second Prophet Bot, I guess.
Well, the one we met
the
first.
one we originally met, but you know.
Oh, boat man. Oh no, the sun's here, of course. It doesn't look as depressing. This is the room I first woke up in. Taliesin, are you still here?
Allegedly.
Taliesin?
Yeah.
Taliesin!
Yeah. Yes, my beloved.
I think it worked.
It did. I'm so proud
sun
of
is back.
you.
And I actually got to see it this time. We actually did it. So, what do we do now? I guess I should figure out how to get home from here. Wait. This isn't a door, is it?
Don't walk towards the light, Nico. That's how you die.
This looks like one of those portals we saw all the way back in the city. In the room behind the big clock. And I see a wheat field on the other side. I see my village. I hear my mama. She's looking for me. Taliesin? This isn't the first time we've said goodbye, is it?
No.
But this'll be the last time, won't it?
Probably, unless there's other things in this game I haven't found out yet.
I don't think we'll ever see each other again after this. And what will become of the world?
Judging by this game release date, Nico's probably 17 now. Bruh. Still baby.
So baby. After all we've been through, after everything we've done, I still don't know.
This place, these people, won't stop existing. They'll be in your memory. They'll be in my memory too. They will.
It'll be immortalized on YouTube.
Yeah, they'll be immortalized on the YouTube VODs.
And youtube.com/Shrinebird.
I'm not sure if that actually links directly.
I don't think it is.
I don't know if I have a vanity link yet. I haven't set that up.
Well, regardless, you can just look at it in the search bar. Find it.
You'll find it. You'll find it. There's only one channel called Shrinebird.
I promise I'll never forget this world. I promise I'll never forget you, Taliesin.
I'll never forget you either, and I kind of want to cosplay you.
So take care of yourself, okay?
You too.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye, Nico.
Bye, Taliesin.
Ah! It walked off the bottom of my game. And
Oh no.
Oh, you didn't see it because it wasn't on the window capture, but they walked off to the bottom of my monitor.
Oh.
That was kind of scary. Okay, I think the game's ended now. Don't go to the homework folder. Imagine me having a homework
God.
folder. Implying I didn't drop out of college. Well,
Oh,
that's
do you
one
want to leave it
shot.
on this screen for a bit?
Yeah, I guess we can just leave it on the game screen. You can't see the fact that I am actually crying a little bit. You see it? There's tears.
I can't, no.
Ooh. Well, that was one shot. God, I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I cry everything.
What
that
a
was
spectacular game.
such a good game. I did enjoy this game. I enjoyed this game so much.
It was so good.
It just,
I had a great time.
Like, from a story perspective, very, very well written. Like, the characters were, every single character we met, even just like the ones we only met briefly, was so engaging.
Oh yeah.
The art was just incredible. Like, I've said it many times before when we were playing, just like the quality of the pixel art and the like cutscene things as well. It was just so gorgeous. Like, big props to Night Margin. Just, I'm gonna have to look at some of their other work and stuff. And the music as well. Like, I didn't know they did the music as well. It's so good. And just a really good game. I'm glad they added the extra stuff, like the whole like the other like run, because otherwise it would have felt very incomplete, I feel like. But Night Margin has a Twitch channel. I'll have to check him out. That's yeah, just great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't really know what to say. Like, it's just a very good game.
So good.
Yeah, you can get it yourself on Steam and stuff. Like, support the creators and stuff if you can.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Just wow.
Absolutely amazing game.
Great job.
There's a tiny bit more if you want to do that.
Tiny bit more. Okay.
Yeah, just close the game and open it again.
Okay. Oh, I'm not allowed to perform this action during cutscenes. Oh, there we go. It closed itself. It's fine. Access the Steam community while playing. You haven't seen the RAM room? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I thought this.
The RAM room.
What is this?
You want to open it on Discord as well?
Oh, sorry.
It's the damn Steam community. Yeah, Tally.
One day you're gonna access that goddamn Steam community. This game is easy to 100%. I'll definitely probably go back and check out, like, off stream and stuff. But I feel like I'll leave that bit for other people to find out.
Yeah.
Off the VODs and stuff. But Taliesin, you're back. I restored the world. I sent Nico home. Are you?
No, I want more content.
Not happy. Even if you wanted to see Nico again, you can't, Taliesin. Nico's gone. Without Nico, there's no story for me to tell. No Messiah to traverse across the land. No way for you to connect with the world. But Nico still remembers this place. If you really want to see this world again, I could still... But it won't be the same. It'll just be a recording. It'll just be me using Nico's memories. Just like how I'm using Nico's reflection now. Is that what you want? I don't want to play again right now. Yeah. I guess it's just replay without like breaking the immersion of this whole story thing. Yeah. I see. If you change your mind though, feel free to come back. It's not like I'm going anywhere. Okay, well I just closed it off, so.
Yeah, no, that was...
Yeah, I assumed that was...
Yeah. Oh, what a spectacular game. I love that so much. I love any game that like messes with itself.
Yeah,
like,
we talked about before, like games like
that
mess with like files and stuff and feel very meta like that. It's like I always love them, but like this game did a really good job of doing that stuff.
Yeah, that works really well in horror, but this worked really well as like an emotional experience.
Yeah, definitely. Story won't change. Nico would just look different. Makes sense. Yeah, I assume there's probably a lot of bits that I missed and stuff that I can go back and check off stream, but
yeah, but that's for the viewers at home.
Yeah, that's what viewers at home
experience themselves.
Yeah, go support the devs of this game because they did a really good job and play the game yourself, find all the secrets and stuff. I'll probably do that as well off stream, and maybe I'll talk about it in the Discord or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Night Margin has a Twitch, 3,000 followers.
Damn, they're doing alright then, aren't they?
they're playing Minecraft.
Yo,
yo,
that Night Margin get on the SMP right now.
Please, I would love that. I would actually faint.
Yeah.
That would be That would
I
be
wonder if I
spectacular.
wonder if they have commissions. That needs to be stream
Oh,
assets.
that'd be spectacular.
I probably can't afford that, but they did an incredible job on the art. I love pixel art. I
Yeah.
love like really detailed pixel art. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
No, maybe not really detailed, just really like clear and really nice the way they did it. It's really nice.
Yeah. And like from the looks of it, like that's all like drawn art is really nice as well.
Yeah, I love the style. I should probably put my page.
They were actually their icon on Twitch is prototype,
Oh, nice.
but like purple. Oh, it's got like a little turtleneck sweater. That's so cute.
That's adorable.
Oh, that's adorable. So yeah, go support the devs.
Yeah, go support the devs. Go support Night Margin. Just really good stuff. Really good. Great game.
I feel bad just trying out Night Margin. Let me get the other developers up.
Yeah, I don't know if they've made any other stuff, and if they do, I need to check it out because yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. Eliza Velasquez. I hope I'm saying that right. Who did like the main scenario coding, additional tracks, and the designs of George and Maze. Michael Shirt, who worked on debugging and helped pushing game-breaking issues, and the water effects. Real unsung hero. Water effects is so annoying to do.
You come back to play Metal Gear Solid? Alright, have fun with that, mate. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. This has been really fun.
See ya.
Bye.
And of course, Night Margin.
And of course,
The 3 developers. Holy shit.
yeah, I'm glad you had a good time.
People can make something this good.
Yeah, so yeah. I used to like I said I used to know a bit of Ruby and stuff. I used to do RPG Maker games and stuff. Like I never even got like I don't know, like I never even got like one proper room finished. Really, like to the quality of this, like.
Yeah, and then you have the stuff with like the file editing and that kind of stuff.
I'd have no idea how to do that, especially not an RPG Maker. Like,
no, that's the thing. Like doing it is hard enough by itself, but then doing it in like a starter kit, effectively.
Yeah, well, RPG Maker's a pretty like in-depth engine once you get into it.
Yeah.
But like at a basic level, it's pretty tricky to figure out that sort of stuff.
It's like Doki Doki, I believe, also is in like a default visual novel.
It's either like Rempy, I think, or like.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's one of the basic ones.
So the fact they managed to like do so much with like as far as I'm aware, like free software is, it's spectacular.
Yeah, I've tried Rempy a little bit. I can't figure that shit out. But.
Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming up and doing the voices and stuff with me.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
It's been good having you on, actually. As I said before, you can always come back for games that require a bit of voice acting.
Yeah, I'd love to.
On the subject of DLC, I wonder how it'll play out on consoles. That is true. I don't know how they're going to do all the file stuff with all the new.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
As well, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll just probably cut it out or something, or replace it with something else, but. I don't know. I don't really know how like the Switch and stuff works, so. I don't know.
Oh, it seems like Night Margin also has a webcomic called Margin.
Ooh, interesting. I will check it out maybe later. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
That's great, Twins. Thank you for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Oops. There we go. Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. This has been really fun. Right. That's probably it for today's stream, I guess.
Bit of a shorter one. Bit of a shorter one.
Yeah, well, it's still 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's, that's reasonable.
Short and emotionally devastating.
Yeah. Although I
wasn't
think
on stream, I probably would have cried.
I did cry. I teared up a little bit. I did. It also might be because I have really bad hay fever, but
I'm gonna cry into my pillow.
Have fun with that. I may come back in just a little bit, maybe like half an hour or something, because I want to do some like mining on the SMP and stuff, and stuff like that. But that'll be in a little bit. So, but we'll probably end up stream today. Is my hair usually that light? Yeah, it's the same as always. I think it's just because it's down. Also, like the black's like fading out and stuff. I need to re-dye it later, but yeah, it's the same as always. I think it's because my ring light's kind of bright right now. But yeah, I haven't done anything to it. Although it does kind of look weird because it's down today, but I can't fix it, so it's just how it is. But thank you guys for.
it's now even more emo tally.
Yes,
than
yeah.
before.
Sometimes my hair just decides to do things and I have really no control over it.
Mm.
It'll probably be fine once I like get it wet again and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, give some more followers and I'll make it purple. there's a thing up there.
If you dye your hair purple, I'll dye my hair cyan. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, agreed.
So, if you want Tally to dye his hair and me to dye my hair as well, you won't see it, but know that I will.
just know. Just know in your heart it will happen.
I don't have Instagram or Twitter, so I won't be posting it anywhere.
Post it in the
But
Discord.
just know in your heart of hearts. Oh yeah, Discord. That's you know what? Yeah, I'll probably post it in Discord.
Speaking of, you can join my Discord at the link provided in chat. Show Jeremy up on OSP. I will stop by and see Jeremy. Right.
I don't know what that was about. I left before that happened.
Oh yeah, we just found a
I'm so
skeleton basically.
confused.
Yeah, we decided to adopt a skeleton and name it
Nice.
Jeremy.
We talking about that doing with our escapade, which I'm so sad we don't have good video of.
Yeah, it's a shame, but alas.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and I'd be happy to be back on for anything else like this.
Yes, you are always invited. If you see a game that you want to do voice acting on, just tell me, and I'll be like, yeah, you can
Oh
come
please, please.
on. Right, that said, that'll probably be the end of the stream for today. So thank you all for joining us. VODs always will be up on YouTube and stuff. Probably later tonight. Yeah. I'll see you guys maybe like either in half an hour or an hour, depends. That's how I feel. But I'll definitely be back on do some mining and stuff. But if you need Uwu voices, hit me up. I will. And I will hate every second of it. Alright, see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.